Today this idiot wants to show you something. Like I know what it is. Hey everybody. Today I want to show you how to use a rubber band, a sock, and a shop vac to save you some money. Alright. Take your sock. Put your vacuum hose inside your sock. As long as the sock don't have a hole in it, you're just fine. And preferably, not a sock this long. There you big dummy. Shut up. Ain't even on my hand no more. Take your rubber band. And go ahead and give it a couple of twists. Make sure it's nice and tight. Once it's on there like that, make sure it's got a little bit of a cup there. Alright, next part's going to be loud. So you might not be able to hear me, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Alright, I'm going to turn this vacuum on in a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to suck up all the extra, come over here, shut the vacuum off, and dump it right in my daggone bucket. That way I can reuse it. So, hold your ears. Alright, now on to the next step. You'll notice there's a few bare spots where the glue didn't quite grab a hold of the foam. That's okay. Go back and repeat last week's video and just do it over again on the green and you'll fill in those spots. And don't hurt it. You can put as many coats on as you want. Me, I prefer between 1 and 2. I always like to see a little dirt left showing. But as you can see, I got my trees laid out. Got you pointed on the hill. I'm going to show you how to plant these suckers. No, I do not put pins in it like other people do. As a matter of fact, this I made myself. And all it is a part of a wreath. It's just a plastic fake pine tree limb, I guess you could say. And all I did was coat it with hairspray and put the same ground foam right on top of it. Looks like a pretty good pine tree to me. Especially at a distance, you can't really tell what it is. This here is polyfiber with green ground foam texture on it. I use a mix of 3 different colors from Woodland Scenics. I know it's a bit expensive, but hey, it's what I can get. And just put a piece of polyfiber over it, stretch it out real good, and just sprinkle the ground foam on top of it and use hairspray to make sure it all stays put. Now for this, white glue, again, does not matter the brand, never does. And then you got just a plain old precision screwdriver, and for the bigger trunk, the same cuticle tip cleaner. Alright, I'm going to plant the pine tree first because it's the biggest pain in the butt. And I think I'm going to put him right about here. Now, just work the cuticle thingy on down in there. Just to get a nice little hole started. And leave it in place so that way you know where in the heck you're trying to go. And trust me, when you're doing a whole bunch, that does help. Especially if you're putting a bunch of pins in there at once. Alright. And just take some white glue and put it along the base. Put a pretty thick coat on there, and the reason why we'll cover later. Alright, pull your pin out, insert your tree. It's literally that simple. Now, because of the finer bottoms on these, go with a finer screwdriver tip. I don't know how well this is going to work here. There we go. Alright, same deal. Add yourself a nice big glob of glue, preferably enough that you can still see it after the tree's in there. Then you take out your screwdriver, pop that right down in the hole. Let's say put one here on the other side of here. You might be able to see it better. And yeah, I put that in a little deep, but that's okay. Alright, again with the white glue. Hopefully you see it ooze out the base. If you do, that's a good thing, because that oozing will actually create something a little bit later. Sorry about the kids whining. They're home again this week. Now, if you notice your trees ain't standing up just right, hold on a second, I think I got a few of them around here. Well, I don't have a few of exactly what I'm looking for, but if your tree's ever not standing up straight, grab a little spring clamp. Me, preferably, I like to use clothespins, but I don't know where my clothespins are at the moment. So I just use a little clamp, just something to add a little bit of hold up straight power. And that's it for planting trees. Now you got a nice little spot to sit on some shade there. Next week, I will be covering how to put a house on ground foam and make it look right. Alright. And then I'll be probably moving on to another series, because that's pretty much all the scenery. And I'll spin you around here real quick and you can see what I'm talking about. Look at that. That looks somewhat like rock, doesn't it? Believe it or not, you can do this real easily. All that is a butter knife, an X-Acto knife, and a putty knife. Looks pretty good. And I'll show you how to do that with just plain old paper mache. That way you guys can get some nice rocks all on your own.